Okay, folks, working with negative numbers, okay? So as to use a number line to work out the following calculations. So minus 4 plus 6, okay? So think of our number line. Let's say we've got 0 here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, etc. 5. Then we have minus 1 and minus 2 and minus 3, minus 4, okay, etc. So we start at minus 4 and we go 6 units to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the answer is 2 or positive 2. Next up, minus 5 plus 8. So we start at minus 5. Okay, so, sorry if I'm squeezing some numbers on here. So let's just change colour, okay, just so we can see it. We start at minus 5. We go 8 to the right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We end up at 3, okay? Now this is technically the same as doing 8 minus 5 here, so that's the exact same sum, if it helps you understand that. And here, that same as doing positive 6, subtract 4. Okay, that also works. Next up, minus 1 plus 3. So start at minus 1. We go 1, 2, 3 jumps. We end up at 2. Next up, minus 4 plus 7. So start at minus 4 and go 7 units to the right. We end up at 3 or positive 3. Part E. So this is where it's going to start getting a bit more confusing, okay? So 2 plus minus 3. So 2 plus negative 3. So the plus minus becomes a subtraction, a minus. So it becomes 2 minus 3. And 2 minus 3, yeah, we start at 2. And we go 1, 2, 3. We end up at minus 1. So adding a negative is the same as taking away or subtracting, if that makes sense. Next up, minus 1 plus minus 4. That becomes minus 1 minus 4, okay, which is minus 5. Okay, start at minus 1 and go 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the left. Get to minus 5. Okay, next up, minus 2 plus minus 3 becomes minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5. H minus 6 plus 6, that just takes us to 0. Okay, think of it as, yeah, I've got minus £6 in my account and I deposit £6 or €6 or $6, okay, whatever currency you work with in the world, okay, you get to 0, okay, or yeah, or it's minus 6 degrees and it gets 6 degrees warmer, okay, it goes to 0, okay, or naught. Next up, minus 7 plus 4 is minus 3. Minus 6 plus 2 is minus 4. Okay, it's getting closer to 0. Minus 7 plus 2 is minus 5. And then 5 plus minus 5 is the same as doing 5 minus 5. So 5 take away 5, 5 subtract 5, and we get to 0, okay? So if you're adding a negative, it becomes a subtraction as the sign. Okay, next up, 4 minus 6, that'll be minus 2. 5 minus 7 is minus 2. 2 minus 4 is minus 2. Okay, so that is a bit of a coincidence there. Next up, minus 1 is minus 2. Okay, so be careful. Do not confuse this with 2 minuses make a plus. Okay, I'm starting at minus 1 and I'm taking like another £1 more. So I'm now £2 overdrawn, if that makes sense. Okay, I've got minus £1 in the account and I spend another £1, therefore I've got minus £2, okay, or I'm overdrawn by £2, if that makes sense. Minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5. Minus 4 minus minus 1 becomes minus 4 plus 1. So because the two minuses here are bang in the middle here, becomes a plus, so minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3. So if you're taking away a negative, that becomes an addition, an add, or a plus as the sign of my sum, okay? Part G, 3 minus minus 4 becomes 3 plus 4, which is 7. H, 5 minus minus 6 becomes 5 plus 6, which is 11. Okay, part I, 8 minus 12, you get minus 4. Next up, okay, so last 3 now, minus 5 minus minus 1 becomes minus 5 plus 1, so negative 5 add 1 or plus 1, we get to minus 4 or negative 4. Okay, so if you're taking away a negative, it becomes a plus as a sign. Okay, last 2, 4 minus 9 is minus 5. Okay, and last up, minus 4 minus minus 4, that becomes minus 4 plus 4, so minus 4 add 4, and I get to 0, okay? Think of it as, yeah, I've got minus £4 in the account, and I deposit £4, that takes me back up to 0, so that answer is 0, okay? So the last part to remember here is that when you add a negative, it becomes a subtraction or a takeaway. If you subtract a positive, it becomes a minus or a subtraction. And if you subtract a negative, it turns into a plus or becomes a plus, okay, as my new sign of the sum. Okay, I hope that makes sense.